Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I know you guys have been watching just a lot of vlogs as of right now, but I want to get back in front of the camera. It is June, which means it is Pride Month, and if you are new here, my name is Allison. I shoot mainly Disney content, but every once in a while, we're trying to do once a month, we do some LGBTQ plus friendly content just about our lives. We are a two-mom family. We have 2 little girls, and if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe, stick around. We do that content, and then mainly Disney. So if you're around for the Disney content, great. But today is going to be some LGBTQ plus content. I'm so sorry about the glare. I wanted to use natural light, but I also didn't want to put on makeup, and I didn't want to put in my contacts. So you're just gonna have to deal with I'm trying to like be in a good spot, because I think that the content is more important than me like putting on makeup, and I hope that you guys agree with that, because I had to put Rose down for a nap, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get this video shot if I don't just come like this. I've also got an NSYNC shirt on. So first, we went to LA Pride, and we took our girls. It's really fun. The parade is really fun, and so we take them every year, and we march in the parade with my wife's work. So first, we are going to hop into that vlog. It ends kind of abruptly just because it got really hot. It was 100 degrees. Y'all, it was 100 degrees. And it's mainly been 60, and then we came back and now it's like 100 million degrees outside. And we live in the valley, so the valley is just like scorching hot. So anyway, let's hop into that LA Pride vlog. Good morning, friends. We are on our way to Los Angeles Pride, and I thought that because June is Pride Month, it would be fun to take you along. I'm gonna give you some facts, because I feel like Los Angeles is one of the largest Pride parades, right? Okay, so Los Angeles Pride is held in West Hollywood. If you didn't know that, West Hollywood is like a very LGBTQ friendly neighborhood in Los Angeles. It's very famous. It's what's the name of its most well-known bar? The Abbey. The Abbey is like the most well-known bar. I got a couple of facts for you guys. The first Pride Parade in Los Angeles was held on June 28th, 1970. It usually has 200,000 people attend. Probably not in 1970, but annually that's its average. Okay, so I did look up the largest Pride Parades in the US, and the largest ones are San Francisco, New York, Chicago, and West Hollywood, which is what I thought. I've been to Chicago's Pride Parade actually, because I used to live in Michigan, so we went during college. Okay, these are our shirts that we're marching in. It's Men in Black theme. It's Men in Black theme. So excited. I mean, but I also have my Queen shirt on, so like, what should I do? Because the Golden Girls deserve so much more than I'm giving them. Ruthie, oh, you look so good. Do you want to do a spin? Okay, do a spin. Do a spin. Woo, do another one. Woo, you look so great. Minnie Mouse. All right, Leanne. You ready? Ready. All right, friends, we just got to Pride, and apparently it's being taped today, so we're gonna be on local news. Look at this. It's a completely empty. Are we in Santa Monica? Yeah. It's a completely empty Santa Monica Boulevard. You wanna know why? Because there's a parade. But look, nobody's on Santa Monica. Got a question. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about Pride?
My favorite thing about Pride is being around so many people who've all had to go through something similar that you've had to go through. Like, everybody's journey is a little bit different, whether they came out when they were young or old or whatever, but like, you're just in a community.
Yeah.
And when you're gay or you're bi or you're
whatever you identify,
trans, whatever you are, it's just like, there are not that many times when you're in the majority when it comes to that thing. Like, that's why we like gay bars so much, because you feel like you're somewhere where you're not alone. That's my favorite part, feeling like we're not alone.
You know, a lot of people ask, like, why is this important? Why is it important to have a pride parade? We don't need a straight pride parade. We don't need a this. Well, when you're not in the majority of something, My kids don't have any two mom family friends. I think do we have any? We do. We have a couple.
We met one at a birthday party a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but that's like one in the first time I've lived in LA. We've lived here for 3.5 years. Woo! Well, this channel did not start at all. This really started as my love for Disney because I love Disney. But people started asking about my family. And I wanted to share it with you guys because it's important. And I think awareness, I think representation, I think all of those things are important because like anybody else, you like to see things that are like you, right? Yeah. Just wanted to show you guys Disney. The Disney Omnibus is always here. And the Disney group is so huge. And I took a picture. And thank you. And I got this. And I got Disney stickers. And I took my picture. Here's our group.
Oh, there it is.
There's our big group. Already, I've got a whole thing of stickers to hand out to people. All these Men in Black stickers. And then I've got my shirts, obviously. And then these glasses, this side. Say Men in Black. This is literally for my mother. That's Delta. That's my favorite airline. Like I said, it ended kind of abruptly. Sorry about that. Just got really hot. We ate and then the girls fell asleep. They were still on East Coast time, so they were up at like 6 a.m. But it was really fun. We had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever footage I did get. But now I am actually going to talk about my coming out story. I'm 34 years old. I came out when I was 20. I came out as bisexual when I was 19. Now at the time, there weren't like a ton of different, like I feel like there's so many categories for how you identify. And at the time, there really wasn't. There was just like, you're a lesbian, you're gay, you're bisexual, or you're transgender. Like that was it. And now there's like all these different variances, which is really great for someone like me because I actually don't identify as just one thing. And I think most people don't identify as just one thing. I think there's a sliding scale. I mean, if you've ever seen like the Kinsey scale, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But I just don't think, I've always been so uncomfortable labeling myself as just one thing. I fell in love with a woman. I had had girlfriends in the past prior to Leanne, and so, but I have also dated men. I think if anything were gonna fit me, I identify as pansexual, which is, I don't really care who the person is as long as I connect with them. And so I think that when I came out, it was very complicated because I had only dated men in the past, well, that my family knew of. I had only dated men in the past. I had actually dated women. And at the time, I identified as bisexual. But then when I came out, I was like, no, I'm gay. I'm not gonna be with a man ever again. And that was the truth. I ended up marrying Leanne, so hello to the longest introduction ever. So I came out, let's see, I'm 34 now. I was 20 when I came out as like, I think that I'm gay. And at the time I had a boyfriend and things had been rocky with us, and 100% my fault. And I will not use any names for any of these people because like, A of all, I want to protect their privacy. B of all, I still have a really good relationship with 90% of my exes, and they're all really wonderful for the most part. they're really wonderful people who are married and have families, and I respect them. And so, yeah. So at the time when I came out, I did have a boyfriend, and I broke up with him almost immediately when I figured out, hey, I think that I'm gay. And he is such a great person, like such a wonderful person. I cannot say enough good things about him. He was so, you know, like as supportive as you can be to somebody that you're in love with and you find out that they're gay, right? He and his family were as supportive as they could be. They were so kind about it. And when I came out to my parents, my dad was like fully like, okay. My dad has a brother who's gay, and he's like already been through this. And my uncle came out in the 70s, 60s, either 60s or the 70s, long time ago. Came out, told my dad that he was gay, and like moved to San Francisco, like just on a plane that day. And so for me, that was a really hard time to come out in this country. Or there was like a state ordinance that banned gay marriage in Michigan. So I came out at a time when literally gay people had no rights. They had nothing, you guys, nothing. I'm gonna cry. Oh, it was such a rough time. So I came out at a time when marriage wasn't legal. You could get fired from a job. You could get kicked out of school. You could, anything. You could be denied housing. It didn't matter. And like, I was so lucky to have fallen into such an amazing community and group of girls who were all gay and took me under their wing and created friendships with me and were so kind. And I literally could not have gotten through college without that group of people. I could not have. They were everything to me, and I am still best friends with some of them today. And our kids met and they played together, and I feel very, very lucky to have found the people that I did. So when I came out to my parents, y'all know my mom, she's amazing. But she definitely had her own struggles with it. I mean, you guys know, my mom like flies a rainbow flag in front of her house, loves my family, loves my kids, loves my wife. Like my mom is like, I don't think I could have more of a #1 fan. I couldn't. But at the time, you have to understand, she was so scared for my safety and my well-being, and her reaction was just this like, I'm scared for my child. And my mama has always described it as this. Let's say that you are planning a trip to Hawaii. So you pack your whole bag and you've got all these great clothes and you're so excited, you've planned all these excursions and you're gonna have such a wonderful time. Well, when you get off the plane, you've landed in Alaska. So you don't have the right clothes, you have put all your time and energy into planning this trip to Hawaii, but now you're in Alaska. It's not that Alaska isn't beautiful. It's just that it's different. And that is what my mom has always described me coming out to her. And I think it's such a beautiful way to describe having a child that's different. It's not that your child isn't wonderful, that there aren't beautiful excursions and life things that you get to do with them. It's just, it's different than what you had planned. And it's like, having any child. And I think out of all the things that my mom was most afraid of, she was most afraid of my safety. Now, coming out to my mom's family, now my dad's family was like, cool, no problem. Because my dad obviously has a gay brother. They had already kind of managed through that. Well, as far as I know, I was the first like gay person to come out on my mom's side, and it was really complicated. I have a lot of very conservative family on that side. Some of them came to my wedding, some of them didn't, and I talked to some of them. I don't talk to some of them. I've had some really hurtful stuff said to me, and I don't think that just because you're gay, you need to have a thick skin. I don't. Because I don't think that being gay or being any of the LGBTQ identifying in anywhere of that is a choice. And you want to know why it's not a choice? Because why would I ever choose to be discriminated against? Why would I ever make an active choice to not have someone love me just because of this piece of me that's completely ingrained? There's nothing I can do about it. When you think about the things that you would change about yourself, I would never change, ever, being gay, ever. I would never change that about myself, because you know what? That means I wouldn't have Leanne, and she is literally my favorite person on the planet. Think if any of you guys are married or you're in a relationship, or I wouldn't have my kids, I wouldn't have so many incredible experiences that I've experienced because I am gay. And I would take that over anything. And you know, in fact, I watched this thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. I'll link the video, but it's this Jubilee. It's asking 6 people to answer who all are identify as like the same thing. So it's like this one that I watched was 6 people who identify as transgender, their experiences and how they rate experiences. I identified with something that one of them said, and it was, I would take my mental health and my mental happiness over any bad experience I've ever had. And that is 100% the truth. I dealt with mental illness for a very long time. Really, really, really bad depression, you guys. Like, I mean, you guys know the reason I started this channel was postpartum depression, but really, I had dealt with mental illness for a very long time prior to that. And after I came out, so much of it went away. And it didn't matter what horrible things people said to me, because for the first time in my life, I was happy. And so you can't take away someone's happiness. Or being heterosexual was never going to be the answer to my unhappiness. It was being who I actually was. It's being pansexual or being whatever, not heterosexual. I don't even know. I still like, I don't know, because I think I grew up in a time where there wasn't all the different, like, I think, I mean, I do identify as pansexual if I'm going to identify as any of them. Because I don't want to take away from my past. And my past is very important to me, and the people that I've dated in the past have all played an intricate role in my life. And so I don't want to take away from that, and it's why I don't identify as a lesbian. So I came out in college, which is much later than a lot of people, and honestly, I didn't even know you could date women. Like, I didn't even know that was like an option on the table. Like, I knew men dated other men, but I remember I had a friend who told me that she had 2 moms in high school, and I was kind of like, what? I didn't even know that was like an option. My high school boyfriend was the one who was like, I think like you might be gay. And I was like, no, if you've ever seen the movie But I'm a Cheerleader, it's like this really funny thing, but that was kind of me. I still dated men after my high school boyfriend, though. I had a college boyfriend. And then I pretty much only dated women after that. Coming out was complicated. I didn't come out straight away to everybody. I kind of let my parents tell their families in their own time. I told my siblings, and they were so supportive. They weren't surprised. My parents have been amazing ever since, and I know not everybody gets that, and I feel very lucky. But I have plenty of family members who are not. I don't even know how they feel anymore. They may feel differently 14 years later. It's really hard to undo damage when you say things to people. That's why I'm very careful about the way that I talk to people and how I choose my words and what I say to them, because you can't take words back. I don't know how they feel anymore, but it's not up to them to feel anything for me. And it's not up to anybody to feel anything for you. Like, they can feel however they want about you or how you're living your life, but like in the end, like, you're gay no matter what. And I think that people who are religious and subscribe to being gay as a sin, I don't subscribe to that at all, because then you might as well say that having blue eyes is a sin, having a blood type A negative is a sin, having hair that's brown is a sin. It's just, you can't change things that are innately ingrained in your DNA and who you are. You can't. And this idea that you can is absurd, ridiculous, hurtful, destructive. And this idea that you need to change is all of what I just described. I am hurting no one by loving someone else. And my kids are raised in a family that loves them deeply, and they're so wanted, and they're so, yeah. I don't even know, is this even a coming out story anymore? I don't know. It's not something, I don't talk about this a lot. I don't talk about this to my friends. Like, this will be the first time many of my friends will ever be hearing any of this, because actually nobody even knows that I'm pansexual besides Leanne. Boop. There you go. But that's because it's just not something that I talk about. I'm very, very quiet when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I really don't like rocking the boat. I take criticism really poorly. I do not take criticism well. I find criticism to be very hurtful, because I don't think most people are tactful in the way that they share their criticism of you. That's my coming out story. It's not like the happiest, because I didn't come out at a time that it was widely accepted to be gay. I was afraid to tell people. Even now, I don't tell people. Obviously, I'm married to a woman, so that's kind of hard. But I've definitely lost subscribers over this. I have lost Instagram followers. I have lost a lot of people over this. And you know what? I think at this point, they're doing a disservice to themselves. You may want to listen to people before you just cut them off, you know? And especially since it has nothing at all to do with your life. Doesn't. This is my life, and I get to live it the way that I see fit. And if you had seen me from the ages of 14 to 24, you would have known what an unhappy and miserable person I was. And I'm not any of those things anymore. And it's because I am living my life in the most authentic way possible. And when you are authentic, when you are real, that's when people respect you. That's when people want to be around you. That's when people see you for who you really are, right? And all you ever want to be is a first-rate version of yourself, not a second-rate version of somebody else. So that's why you guys are getting the first-rate version Allison. With no makeup and glasses and just hot mess, but my NSYNC shirt. I love NSYNC. I know this video is not, I wouldn't even say it's unhappy, it's just the truth. So, I know it's different than most of my videos, because even with the LGBTQ content we share, it's usually pretty positive and upbeat because it's fun stories. I will link that playlist above. If you found this video useful or helpful, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below for something else you would like to see in this LGBTQ. I'm thinking of sharing like my birth stories of the girls. Yeah, I think that's what I have on the docket, or birth stories for both of the girls. But if there's something else you guys would like to see, what about the day that we found out our marriage was legal across the country? Maybe we should share that. We should probably share that story. That was a really happy day. That was a really happy day. I was 20-ish weeks pregnant with Ruthie. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to stick around. Most of my content is much happier than this, but or I don't know, positive, upbeat. I wouldn't say happy. It's not that I was unhappy. I felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders when I came out, but it was just a different experience than I think kids coming out now is. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.